The woods were colder than expected, the kind of cold that breathes down your spine, whispering you shouldn't have come. But curiosity always wins. 5 campers, Lena, Marcus, June, Rob, and Eli, pitched their tents near the riverbank. The night was thick, the moon unusually thin, like paper. They laughed loudly, trying to drown the forest's quiet. Fire crackled between them, painting their faces in gold and black. Shadows danced behind every smile. Marcus joked about monsters that live in reflections, in outlines, in places that light barely reaches. June threw a stick at him. They laughed again, but the fire dipped, only slightly. And for a breath, their shadows stretched longer than they should, as if they'd just remembered something ancient. Lena noticed first. Her shadow moved after she did, delayed by half a heartbeat. She blinked. No one else seemed to see it. Yet, Eli stoked the fire, uneasy. Maybe we should add more wood. His voice cracked. The wind answered, carrying whispers that didn't sound entirely like wind. Then the fire hissed, sparks fading into the black. Their laughter died. Around them, the forest seemed to inhale, slow, wet, expectant. Something moved beyond the tree line. Not footsteps, more like a slithering sound that scraped against bark and bone. Marcus stood, flashlight trembling in hand. The beam caught nothing, but their shadows, cast on the tent wall, rippled, as if something behind them was licking the edges of their outlines. June gasped. Her shadow was thinner, not shorter, just less. The light passed through her hair, through her chest. Like part of her was already gone. They huddled near the fire, feeding it scraps, leaves, wrappers, fear. Anything to keep the light alive. Anything to keep the shadows full and safe. Lena whispered, "It eats shadows." The words felt too true to ignore. Eli looked at his feet. His outline flickered like a dying flame. When Marcus backed away, his shadow detached completely. It fluttered once, like cloth in a storm, and vanished into the dark. He screamed, but no sound came. The creature stepped forward then. Or maybe it was already there, made of nothing, shaped like absence. A hole that moved when they blinked. It didn't touch them. It only leaned close, tasting their silhouettes, sipping from their darkness like someone humming through a straw. June fainted. Rob shouted. The fire spit, almost dying. Eli threw in his backpack, shouting prayers, curses, apologies, all the same shape in that moment. The creature paused, as if curious. Then, without sound, it turned toward Lena, whose shadow still clung stubbornly to her feet. She met its gaze. She felt its hunger, not evil, not cruel, just desperate. Like something starving for the warmth of what humans take for granted. Even darkness wanted belonging. Lena whispered softly, "Take mine." And as the others screamed, she stepped forward. The creature shivered, trembled, then folded around her like a second skin. The fire burst bright, white for a moment, almost holy. Every shadow around them shrank away. The forest exhaled, softer, calmer, almost grateful. When the light settled, Lena was gone. Only her coat remained, perfectly folded, her flashlight still burning faintly beside it. No trace of struggle. The others didn't leave until morning. They walked silently, their outlines whole again. Somehow, their shadows looked fuller, darker, steadier, as if fed. Eli swore he heard her voice in the dawn breeze. Just a whisper, low and warm, saying, "Keep the fire alive." Always. Years later, campers still speak of that night. They say a woman's figure dances in the firelight, smiling, keeping the darkness away from the timid. They call her the keeper of light, the one who fed the hunger so others could sleep safe. No one has seen the creature since. Sometimes, when the flames flicker low, a hand-shaped shadow stretches across the logs, adding wood, steadying the fire, before vanishing again. And those who notice don't scream. They just smile quietly, whispering thanks into the glow. Because not all monsters stay monsters forever. Some learn to protect. Would you like me to make this version sound more cinematic next, with pacing cues, e.g. pauses, tone shifts, ambient sound notes? It'll sound ready for a horror narration voiceover. Follow Cryptic Chronicle, like, comment, and share.